Hello everyone, I'm Sean, alright? And this is Everyday Food Reviews. Today we've got a couple of budget energy drinks from Tesco. We've got Pantha, which I believe is made in the UK from what I can tell online, but it's not that clear. And Ngine, which I believe is Polish, that's a bit more clear. Pretty sure that's Polish. So neither of these are sugar free. We've got 4.2 grams of sugar per 100 ml and 4.3, so that's about half of what we'd consider standard, which is sort of between 9 and 12 grams of sugar per 100 ml. And I think they've both got 32. This one's got 32. This one doesn't say how much. Yeah, there we go, 32, both got 32 milligrams of caffeine per 100. Now I'm expecting both of these to be sort of fairly standard, generic Red Bull rip-off sort of flavours. Having said that, however, the can design of the Panther is quite nice. It's logo's maybe a bit cheap looking, but it's a nice sort of black and orange or red. No, I'm pretty sure that's orange. Black and orange can. It's got a black ring pull. You know, it's quite. I've certainly seen worse. This one, for instance, there's a lot going on there. I mean, it's called Ngine. It says Speedway European Championships, new talents wanted. Nicky Peterson, 3-time world champ. There's a lot going on there. Having said that, I managed to find the amount of caffeine in it far quicker than this one that's fairly basic. Oh, excuse me. Oh, I'm gassy already before we've even got into these. That's a good start. So we'll try the Panther first. I'll address the elephant in the room towards the end of the video. So that didn't seem awfully fizzy when I opened it. Yeah. Oh goodness. That's a very unfortunate yellow colour there. Very unfortunate. Doesn't smell much better than it looks. It smells very sweet. It smells sweeter than something with just 4 grams of sugar per 100 ml. I should say before I say anything too negative about these drinks, they were 25 or 30p each, something like that. I got them both in Tesco. The Ngine was in the World Foods aisle. The Panther was in the sort of budget section they have in some of the bigger Tesco's. You know, where it says, I can't remember what the slogan is, but it says like off-brand bottom prices or something like that. Yeah, it tastes like a cheap Red Bull imitation, but as Red Bull imitations go, it's still quite bad. It's probably, I mean, to be fair, it's no worse than Boost, and at 25p it's half the price of Boost. So in that sense, this is good quality and good value. I mean, compared to anything, it's going to be good value unless you're comparing it to things like Monster from Pound Stretcher or something. Compared to anything else at retail price, it's going to be good value. But how important is value? You know, if you want to drink, if you just want caffeine and you don't care if it tastes good or not, you don't care if it's pleasant or enjoyable, you know, there's instant coffee for that. You could have instant coffee and that'll work out cheaper. You know, instant coffee is like the G Fuel of the unpalatable caffeine for the sake of caffeine world. You don't really need these cheaper drinks like this, in my opinion, because if you just want caffeine, you just want sugar, you can get a bag of instant coffee and a bag of sugar and that'll last you all month. We spend more on energy drinks, in my opinion anyway. Some people buy into all the hype and the marketing. For me, I buy nice energy drinks. I'll spend £2 on a nice energy drink if it's something I can't get in the supermarket or whatever, because I want to enjoy it. I want to enjoy the flavour. It's the same as, why would you drink Guinness or craft beer when Carlsberg's cheaper? Because you want to enjoy it. You're not drinking for the sake of drinking. You want to enjoy it. You want something a bit different, even if it's not as nice. Even if you prefer the Carlsberg, if you prefer the Carlsberg, the cheaper things, the more sort of standard universal things, that's great. And I'm really happy for you, because you've got your favourite drink anywhere you go, good price. That's great. But I know people, well, myself included, sometimes even if I see my favourite drink, it's like, well, I had that yesterday because it's my favourite, so I'll have something else today. I like trying new things. So this engine, I'm expecting to be fairly similar. If anyone knows who Nicky Peterson is, I'm guessing he's the 3-time world champion of the Speedway European Championships. He looks pleased with himself. He's got a trophy. I mean, he's on a can of energy drink. If I was on a can of energy drink, even if it was this Panther, I'd be pretty pleased with myself, to be honest. See if that ever happens. If anyone wants to put someone overweight with 300 YouTube subscribers between him and his mate on a can of energy drink, then yeah, let me know. I'll send you my email address. It smells and tastes less sweet, oddly, and there's a bit of a slightly more unique bite to the fruitiness. Overall, though, pretty similar price, similar value. This And it's funny, this one tastes sort of cleaner, but you can also seem to taste the caffeine more. Presumably there's just less stuff in there that they're using to try and cover up the caffeine. Which, I don't know. If the flavours were good, that would be a bad thing, but I don't think the flavours are that great, so that's probably a good thing. Now, as I said earlier in the video, it's we need to address the elephant in the room. John's not here. Today is Tuesday the 24th of March. The UK government last night announced what's effectively a lockdown in the UK. They've not used the word, but that's effectively what it is. There's not a lot of information out at the moment with regards to exactly what that means in terms of, well, specifically for me anyway, car MOTs. My MOT is due to expire during the lockdown, so I'm in a very fortunate position. I'm able to work from home on a computer, so for me, these next 3 weeks is what I've spent last year being isolated and depressed and unemployed, training for. It's really going to be not a lot different to me. I'm going to get out of bed, go on the computer, and instead of just wasting time all day, I'll be doing work. I'm in a very, very fortunate position right now, so I don't need anyone to worry about me or ask how I am. I'm all right. John's somewhat on the front line. So any thoughts and well wishes you've got that you'd like to direct to us, direct them to John, because I think he could really use some well wishes at the moment. I think he'd take anything he can get to get through this at the moment. But yeah, we're not going to be able to do videos for at least 3 weeks together anyway. We can still do videos like these, and we've still actually got a few weeks worth of videos sort of ready to upload. I just thought, rather than upload one of them where we're doing whatever, I mean, the one we recorded at the weekend, we're eating burgers. I thought I'd just do this video on my own today, and just make it clear that we're not disobeying any advice. We've been keeping up to date on what the latest government advice is. If the government says we're not to meet friends, then we're not to meet friends. That's fine. But just know that the videos we upload between now and when we can meet again are ones we've already recorded. We're not being irresponsible and meeting up in spite of advice and stuff. So I just wanted to get this out there and say that. The other thing is that there's a few videos. You know, there's videos like this on supermarket energy drinks. There's videos on takeaways and more exotic energy drinks, and I think in light of what's happening, personally, I think it'd be a good idea if we try and concentrate on uploading videos on things that are more readily available in the supermarkets. Well, I mean, at the moment you could say nothing's readily available in the supermarket, but that's another issue entirely. Yeah, even though we've got a couple in the bank, as it were, it wouldn't feel right sort of uploading takeaway videos at the moment. So, I mean, I'm sure everybody's worried, as we are, about bigger things than our YouTube channel. But yeah, if you are concerned, just as with every other sort of aspect of life at the moment, just be patient. We'll get through it. None of us want to be where we are at the moment, apart from, you know, a few chemical and drug companies. I think they're pretty pleased with the way things are going at the moment. But none of us as individuals want to be where we are. But it's just what it is. So it's one of those things that was arguably inevitable, but we're dealing with it. Previous generations have dealt with much worse. This won't be as bad as things other generations have had to deal with. It's gonna. I'm not trying to make light of it. But it just, it won't be. It's going to be testing. It's going to be trying. And I'd say it's maybe a good chance to show some of the older generations maybe what millennials are made of. If we're made of anything, we'll find out. But it's going to be challenging, trying times, and as a nation we've risen to tougher challenges before. It's just a case of being strong, being patient, and not being stupid. That's probably the biggest ask with what you see people doing. You see, if you've been to the supermarket in the last week, you know, there's a lot of people being stupid and selfish. But at the same time, I understand that. You know, if I was worried about providing for my own family, which thankfully isn't something I need to worry about. But if I was, then I'd have probably made some stupid decisions as well, selfish decisions. But you can much easily justify and rationalise those decisions when you say, I'm not being selfish, I'm looking after my family, I'm doing it for them. Is that selfish? I don't know. I'm not here to judge anyone's morals. I'm just musing at the moment. I'm sure if you're only interested in the supermarket energy drinks, you'll have turned off already. If you'll only still be with me if you're interested in what I'm saying. I'm just thinking of things to say. We've had some messages in the last few weeks. People have said our videos have really helped them get through what they're dealing with. They've helped me get through what I'm dealing with. So I'm really glad that they're helping other people. And it is because of that we don't want to just stop uploading. If they're helping people deal with going to work every day and looking forward to our videos, I mean, I don't want to sound full of myself saying this, but this is what people have said. If they're looking forward to that, then I don't want them to not be able to go to work and then not have the videos either. Do you know what I mean? I'm sure they'll find something to do. I'm sure you'll all find something to do with your time. Do catch up on some reading. Learn a skill. Learn some music or something. You can. So many things you can do on a smartphone now. But yeah, I didn't want to stop uploading, and on that note, I'm just an overweight, weird, hairy guy with a beard, and I've got my overweight ginger mate from St. Helens, and we drink energy drinks and eat fast food, and that's it. We have a laugh. That's it. That's all we do. Okay? But if people are messaging us, telling us that helps them, and that makes a difference, we're in a very, very fortunate position to be in, where people can message us, and people do message us and tell us that. But you just think about how little we're really doing and how grateful people seem to be for that. And think about the differences that you make every day with your own actions, the impact you have on people. So someone said in one of the comments, that we underestimate the impact we're making, and that might be true, because I don't estimate the impact I'm making as very big at all, but so if we're making much of an impact at all, then yeah, we're underestimating it. But it's everyone does that. Most people will underestimate the impact they make, and most people aren't lucky enough to be told about the impact that they make. We are. We just think in the way things are today, the way things will be for at least the next 3 weeks, probably longer. We'll see. I don't want to be negative, but we'll have to see what happens. Think about the impact that you're making, and make it a positive one. 99% of the time you're not gonna hear about it. But don't do the thing because you want to hear about it. Don't be nice because you want to be thanked. Be nice because we're all humans and we're all in it together. We're all in the same boat. We'll all get through it together. It's going to be alright if we just take it for what it is. Don't be stupid. And look out for each other. And that's it. And you know that those same rules apply whether there's a global epidemic or not at the end of the day. You know, just help each other out and have a laugh and do the best you can, and that's all any of us can do. And it might seem like no one appreciates what you're doing, but people do. You're making more of an impact and more of a difference than you realise. So just keep doing that, and just know that people do appreciate it. You just might not hear it, but that doesn't matter because that's not why you do it. So yeah, keep your chins up. I'll do the same as always. I'm always chipper. So on that note, we'll sign off. Thanks very much for joining us. Stay safe. Don't be stupid. We'll see you next time. Cheers.